Welcome to today's discussion on current events. I'm Claire.
And I'm Alan. We'll be covering several key stories, starting with a recent incident involving a U.S. congressman.
Let's begin with Democratic Congressman Ro Khanna, who recently visited the West Bank. According to reports, Khanna said he was detained by Israeli settlers armed with U.S.-made rifles during his visit.
That's a serious allegation. What were the circumstances surrounding this detention, as described in the reporting?
The articles indicate that Khanna was visiting the West Bank to observe the human toll of Israeli occupation. He stated that Israeli settlers and the Israeli military detained him, and he was released after the American embassy in Jerusalem intervened.
The Israeli Defense Forces denied detaining any visitors in the incident. How did Khanna respond to this denial?
The reporting doesn't detail Khanna's direct response to the denial, but it does mention that the incident highlighted escalating political tensions between Israel and the Democratic Party in the U.S.
It's worth noting that Khanna is considering a 2028 presidential run. Do the articles suggest that this incident might be connected to his political ambitions or his stance on Israel?
The reporting presents Khanna's visit as part of his effort to gain an unfiltered understanding of the Israeli occupation, which could be relevant to his political positioning.
That context is helpful. Moving on to our next story. Former President Trump has made some significant threats towards Iran.
Yes, according to the articles, Trump warned that the U.S. would completely decimate and destroy Iran if it attempted to assassinate him. He specifically mentioned that 1,000 missiles are locked and loaded and aimed at Iran.
This rhetoric is quite aggressive. Was there a particular incident that prompted Trump's warning?
The reporting ties Trump's statement to the funeral of Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, where there were open calls for Trump's killing. Trump made his comments on his social media platform, Truth Social.
It's interesting that you bring up the funeral of Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Let's explore that story further.
The articles indicate that Trump's threats against Iran followed the funeral, where there were public calls for his assassination. Trump used this as a basis for his warning to Iran.
The situation seems to be escalating tensions in the Middle East. How do the reports characterize the current state of U.S.-Iran relations?
The reporting suggests that tensions are high, with Trump's statements further underlining the volatile nature of the relationship.
Let's move on to another significant story. A federal judge has dismissed the remnants of a case against Proud Boys members convicted of seditious conspiracy.
That's right. The judge's decision came after Trump's broad clemency grants to those involved. The case had been a landmark prosecution for plotting to attack the Capitol.
That effectively ends the government's case against these individuals. What were the specific charges and convictions that were dismissed?
According to the reporting, the individuals were convicted of seditious conspiracy for plotting to attack the Capitol to prevent the certification of the presidential election results.
Trump's clemency was a significant factor here. Did the articles provide any insight into the reasoning behind the judge's decision to dismiss the case?
The reporting indicates that the dismissal was a direct result of Trump's clemency grants, which essentially nullified the convictions.
That brings us to our final story for today. Russia launched a missile and drone attack on Kyiv overnight, injuring at least 10 people.
Yes, the articles report that Ukraine's state emergency service documented explosions and fires across the city. The attack included both missiles and drones.
The injured included a child, according to the reports. What's known about the targets of the attack and the response from Ukrainian authorities?
The reporting doesn't specify the exact targets, but it does mention that Ukraine's state emergency service responded to the incident, reporting on the injuries and damage.
As we wrap up today's discussion, it's clear that these stories highlight ongoing tensions and significant events across various regions.
Indeed, from the Middle East to Eastern Europe, these incidents have important implications for global politics and security. That's all for today's episode.
Goodbye, and thank you for joining us.